At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to speak about a few of the case studies which at Indira Gandhi National Open University we have initiated in the direction of skill development. I'll be covering my presentation in 6 minutes, the allotted time. I have to skip something. Presentation outline primarily thought was the HRD scenario in the industry, then why training and certification, very valid question, always asked. Main ailments which I have been able to find during the course of implementation of these programs. Then academia industry interaction, a lot has been already been told on this issue, so I'll not touch this. And then two small case studies with the CIDC, Construction Industry Development Council, and with the HHML, Hero Honda Motors Limited. So I'll straightway go to HRD scenario. Here in the introduction, I have just given some statistics on construction. The third one is very interesting. The distribution of construction employment is exact reverse of the distribution of output. Means the high income countries produce 77% of global construction produce, whereas with 26% of total employment. It is just reverse that the remaining 74% is producing only 23. The main reason is the lack of skill, manpower, and lack of mechanization in our country. If we see only construction, there are around 35 million construction workers, and out of this, only 4% are skilled. We'll see this HRD scenario in any industry. This is one triangle. We can have 3 parts of this triangle, and we can give some names, label 1, 2, 3, tertiary, secondary, and primary on the left side, and we can, again, nomenclature can be given as the professionals, sub-professionals, and trade label. The uppermost portion is the people made up of those who have joined the industry after their degrees. The middle one is of those which I have called as the sub-professional, those who have joined the industry after doing their diploma. There are some opportunities available for this segment of people, diploma holders who have joined the industry, to go up for their degree. But what about this segment, the red segment, the lowermost portion of this triangle, which is made up of industrial workers, and no training and certification mechanism is in place even after 60 odd years of our independence. And also I have made the walls of this portion purposely thick because there is no opportunity for them to go any direction, leave apart the upward mobility. Now, what is the reason for this? The reason is no pedagogic advancement put forth to address this kinds of learner. Why? Because the number is too large, and that too it is distributed geographically across the country. The main reason is the training pertains to work. In our classroom situation in BTech and MTech classes, when we teach, we can teach the bending moment and shear force, but here the training pertains to work, where not only that understand will do, rather here the requirement is that a person should be able to produce the evidence that he can do. This makes difficult for our existing educational system to address this learner. Learner group is also from those who are at working. They are earning their bread and butter daily. So those people also cannot leave their work and come for your formal training. And lastly, the employer also find it hard to spare their workers for this kind of training program. Now in this situation, in absence of all this training opportunity for this kind of learner, what is the answer? So we at Indira Gandhi National Open University, through distance and open learning, tried to solve this problem and tried to address this learner. And very valid question always asked that why training and certification? Basically the recognition of skills, enhance customer satisfaction to whom he is serving, wider acceptability in the industry, facilitation for the overseas employment if he wishes to go out of country for his employment, and enhance confidence in the worker himself or herself that he can produce better, so that the productivity and quality of his produce also goes up, the improved service conditions, and sometimes the fulfillment of legislative requirement also. The day is not far when there will be a mandatory for all the workers to have a certification for their skills. So at that time also this kind of certification helps them. Now the main ailments in HRD and industry, the ailment number 1 is no formal training for the trade level workers. We have catering only to diploma BTech, but this kind of people we have not addressed. And secondly, the opportunities and facilities for upgrading the skill of workers by engineering and engineers managers grossly neglected. in these, whatever, 60 years, 60 plus years after independence. The solutions also I have tried to propose here, that to make it mandatory to engage certified and trained manpower in the projects. The initiation was there in the government of Andhra Pradesh when Chandrababu Naidu was the Chief Minister, and a National Academy of Construction was established, and there was made mandatory for 5% skilled labor should be there with the contractor to consider him for the award of government works. Establish physical infrastructures for training as a joint endeavor of industry and government, and create awareness on how training would enhance the quality and product and safety as well as the standard of worker. This is very important. If we could inculcate this in the industry workers, then definitely this problem can be solved to some extent. For second elements, the creation of training funds through the imposition of cess on the work contracts. Again, in the work contracts, whenever the final payment is made, certain percent, very small percent, 0.1% can be taken, and a training fund can be created, and with that money which can be used for the training of this kind of people. The linkage program, because these kind of people who are working, they, in absence of any vertical mobility opportunity in terms of their education as well as their profession, they get, after certain number of years, definitely the frustration also comes. So some kind of linkage programs should also be designed so that a willing worker can go up for diploma, and once he completes his diploma, he can go for degree and other. The Indira Gandhi National Open University has initiated this linkage program also for the workers, those who qualify, they are being certified, and if they are 10th pass, then they can go for diploma, and thereafter they can go even for BTech. I'll be leaving this here. Lot of on this issue has been already been told in various sessions. Now I'll straightway come on IGNOU CIDC collaboration. We started in '97, where we joined hand with the professional body in construction called Construction Industry Development Council, which is a planning commission body, and we started a program for the construction workers vocational qualification, and we trained, so far in last 10-15 years, we have been able to train more than 1 lakh candidates. 1 lakh is very small number here, but still that work is still going on. And we initially started this program for the tannery workers with the same philosophy. We extended it for construction workers. The competency-based vocational system which we have developed, where the training is about work, and emphasis of teaching process is on the learner demonstrating the work outcome instead of knows or understand, which I said at the beginning. The main problem for this kind of program is that it pertains to work, and it pertains to generating the evidence that he can do the work, not merely knowing or understanding. And finalization of a statement of competencies for all kinds of competencies in construction. We developed the competency statements, which are basically the basic competency, say for mason. Thereafter, the performance standards with the industry we set, and we got the performance standards for that particular competencies. We developed the criteria, and then after that criteria, we also developed the evidences of 3 kinds. One is the performance evidence, then supplementary evidence, and ever neglected, the prior achievement evidence. So these evidences, once a candidate before the examining body is able to generate the evidence that he can do work on that particular competency, he is being recommended for the award of certificate. Now the second case study is with Hero Honda Motors Limited, where it is a motorcycle technician competency development project, which is a joint venture of Indira Gandhi National Open University and Hero Honda Motors Limited. Here also we have extended the same competency-based vocational system for the training of motorcycle technicians. While all academic responsibility lies with IGNOU, Hero Honda is responsible for the delivery of the program because they have the network across the country. At a glance of this program, this is basically a certificate, competency certificate of 2 months, a non-credit program. The fee is ₹1,000. Out of this ₹1,000, whatever we charge from the candidate is being returned to the training center. ₹800 is out of this 1,000 is returned to the training centers as a delivery expenses. The course material has been developed, which is available in Hindi, English, Tamil, Malayalam, and Bengali. Few more languages we are working on, and soon the material will be available in other languages also. This is very important. It's a 2 months program. I'll take 1 minute in this. There are 2 months program. Basically, this program is for the working motorcycle technicians. These are 4 Sundays in first month and another 4 Sundays on second month. The color coding is here that During this Sunday, self-study, because the course material, which is full illustrative course material, is given to them in their language as far as the possible. And between 2 Sundays, this is the time for their self-study. And very first activity is the induction and orientation session, which we conduct through teleconferencing with the help of the educational satellite EduSat. We have the teleconferencing facilities at our campus. From there, we talk to our students, they raise their queries, we answer their doubts, and this way they are being inducted in this program. Thereafter, next 4 Sundays, they come to these training centers for their training and demonstration session. These training centers are invariably equipped with the workshops in the side of the classroom. There, the demonstration, through demonstration, they are being taught the various systems of the motorcycle and other things. Thereafter, during 6 to 7 Sunday, between 6 to 7 Sunday, they are attached to Hero Honda dealership continuously for 6 days for hands-on job training. And during this hands-on job training session, they are not only being given the hands-on experience of the work, they are also body, they are being recommended for the award of the competency certificate in motorcycle service and repair. Finally, I come to the conclusion, to engage certain minimum percentage of trained and certified manpower in the project should be made mandatory. Whatever percentage, to start with even 1% can be put, but this will definitely help in going for the skill kind of thing. A training fund should be created through the imposition of cess. There should be an objective development of human resources to meet the futuristic demand pattern. A proper linkage program should be available to the workers. As an educator, our job is to provide the ladder to the worker, whether he climbs up on that ladder, whether he takes the advantage of that ladder. Let us leave this with the worker, but as an institution, as an university, we should provide this ladder. The success of Hero Honda project has shown that the competency-based skill development initiative for those at work can be effectively implemented as open learning, industry partnership and distance board, and that certification process is quite acceptable to the industry. And integrated efforts for academia, industry, government and professionals is required for the effective HRD of trade level manpower. I am talking about trade level manpower only in this presentation. All-out efforts should be made for the creation of awareness about the need and benefit of such training program and certification programs among the all concerned. And finally, let us join hands in harnessing, nurturing, and developing a of unparalleled dedication and commitment. Thank you very much.